This Excel spreadsheet is a mortgage calculator. What it allows us to do is to input values in this yellow section for a loan, and it will give us the amount of each payment. So we'll input values into the loan amount. So let's say we make a loan of $300,000. The annual interest rate, so the interest rate per annum. So we've got an interest rate of 6.5% per annum. The life of the loan, so how long the loan's going to be for. So let's say we're going to do this one for 30 years. And the number of repayments per year, so that's the frequency of payments. So if we're paying this off monthly, that means there's 12 months in a year, so I'm going to input in 12. And so what it's given us is the fact that the total number of repayments over the life of the loan is 360 payments, and each payment, so once a month, the payment will be $1,896.20. So let's have a look at another scenario. We'll still do our $300,000. I'm going to now say that I've got an interest rate of 4.8%. So the bank's given me an interest rate of 4.8%. And you can see now that because my interest rate is lower, my payment amount is lower. Okay. I'm going to pay my loan off a little bit shorter. I want to do it in 20 years. So I'm going to change that amount to 20. So even though my interest rate is the same, because I'm paying it off over a shorter period of time, I need to make larger payments. So now it's saying that I need to pay $1,946.87. Now what you can also see, this green section here is giving me the total amount that the loan is going to cost. So even though I've borrowed $300,000, by the time I've paid it off, I'm paying off $467,000. So that extra $167,000 is the amount of interest that's being charged. So if I just go back over the 30 years, even though my monthly repayments are less, because I'm having the loan for a longer period of time, you can see that I'm now paying $266,000. So by adding an extra 10 years onto my loan, I've added $100,000 of extra interest that I've had to pay. Let's have a look at what else happens. What about if I keep my loan like this and I pay it off more frequently? So instead of paying it off monthly, I make a payment every week. So instead of 12, if there's going to be now 52 payments per year. Okay, so now I've got my payment per period, so that's a weekly payment now, not a monthly payment, and you can see that it's reduced my interest cost just by a little bit. Okay. I'm going to leave it at that for now, but let's have a look at what else we can do with this calculator. We can work backwards a little bit. So I know now that I need to pay $448 per week. And I'm going, oh, I can't afford that. I can only afford $400 a week. So how can I change these values here? I still need to borrow the same amount. I've still got the same amount of interest that the bank's going to give me. But if we remember before, changing the loan amount, even though it meant that I had to pay more interest in the long term, it made my payment slightly smaller. So I'm just going to try it now, and let's say if I extend it for 5 years and make my loan amount 25 years, I'm now below my $400. So I could afford that loan over 25 years. Having said that though, it comes at a price because I'm now having to pay $215,000 of interest. So you can use this section here of the mortgage calculator to look at how changing the different variables, like the length of the loan, the number of repayments, the interest rate, will affect your payment amount and also affect the total cost of the loan, so the interest that you're going to be charged.